right, let's get right. Let's get 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 right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dealatofficial. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. What? Let's get into this here.
He was there in 1996.
We are producing more than 3 million pages.
As soon as he was naming the Epstein Files, they going to take all the posts down and everything.
She hashtagged it child predator.
Jay-Z just got caught up and hit with some disgusting allegations tied to the biggest trafficking ring happening right now. Jay-Z, Pusha T, and some very powerful men has just been named in the Epstein Files, and the internet is going nuts. The Department of Justice just dropped 3 million pages and 2,000 videos of evidence against everybody accused of participating in 6 parties on the Epstein list. And the stuff that was found on these documents are wild.
Tonight, the Department of Justice releasing their final batch of files.
The millions of newly released Justice Department records
Connected to the late convicted defender Jeffrey Epstein.
They include Epstein's messages with powerful men.
Today we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images.
People on the internet are now trying to cancel Jay-Z and Beyonce over these allegations. And I know Jay-Z gotta be pissed right now because nobody wanna be tied to the Epstein Files, because people are saying Jay-Z might be finished after this. But before we start this video, do me a favor, guys. Get this video to 500 likes, because what we discover in the end might turn this whole case on its head. Let's get it. Now, y'all remember when Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj just got into that crazy beef a few months ago, and Nicki was going on a rampage against Jay, accusing him of blackballing her? Did y'all notice Nicki switched sides and started hanging out at the White House and showing up to events with Erica Kirk and some very powerful political people?
So why now have you been involved in speaking about politics?
I just got tired of being pushed around. I'm not gonna back down anymore. I'm not gonna back down ever again.
Well, Nicki Minaj just said, "I told you so," now that Jay-Z's been tied to Epstein. And Nicki is now saying that some more damning information about Jay-Z is about to come out.
Nicki says your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of a blood sacrifice to their god. When your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. The destruction that's about to come down on them isn't funny. I told y'all. She says, imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out there with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have had his head on a platter. Then she says, what in the and she hashtagged it child predator.
In the Epstein Files, an anonymous woman claims she was abducted, drugged, and allegedly woke up naked to find Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein in bed with her. She claims that she was abducted and violated by powerful rich men, including Jay-Z, from the late 90s all the way to the early 2000s, to which she alleged the rapper Pusha T got involved as a handler, as these rich men would abuse her, drug her so that she wouldn't know what was happening, and sent her back to the streets. And this is according to a police report that was filed in 2019. But now that the documents are released, some people are saying that Jay-Z might be innocent. And even the singer Lizzo just came out defending Jay-Z, saying something don't add up.
The media is so smart. They're gonna make you so distracted with celebrity names that you're not gonna focus on the problem. You think every party that Diddy ever threw was a freak off and people were fucking and slipping and sliding on baby oil? No. That man had birthday parties. That man had Easter gatherings. That man had Super Bowl parties. That man had Christmas parties, Halloween parties, regular parties. The American people in the comments, I knew she was wrong. Jay-Z, I knew he was. What did it say Jay-Z did? He was there in 1996. Come on, people. Like, y'all are falling for it. It's the easiest, oldest trick in the book. And honestly, I'm losing faith in the average intelligence of the American person. Because, come on, just because somebody's name is mentioned in a 3 million document file of a person's life who's been lived over crimes who span decades, doesn't mean that every single person is an accomplice. He could be mentioned, he referenced Jay-Z once. He was like, oh, we could learn from Jay-Z's business model. Well, hurry up.
Selling a car is a big deal. You've had some big moments. Okay, and some wrong turns, but opioid addiction gets between you and what you love.
Where's the crime?
But even though the Jay-Z rumors are unproven and are just allegations right now, people still don't care. There are people who hate Jay-Z so much that they just want to see him go down. And I gotta say this, if Roc Nation is watching this, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So before I play this next clip, Jay-Z and Roc Nation, please don't send no black trucks after me, okay? I'm just reporting the news. And people are saying right now that Jay-Z's downfall might be bigger than Diddy's.
Y'all thought the downfall of Diddy was something. The downfall of Jay-Z is going to be something. Jay-Z is working overtime right now to make sure his empire won't crumble apart. Because we're not gonna act like he wasn't named in the Epstein Files. Hello? As soon as he was named in the Epstein Files, they gonna take all the posts down and everything. He probably seen it and made some calls, was like, nah, get that shit removed right now. Sending mad bread out, sending mad money out. Like, whatever is done in the dark will come to the light.
Rumors have surfaced online that Jay-Z allegedly deleted everything now that those Epstein files leaked.
Jay-Z apparently wiped his Instagram account after being named in the files.
Wow! Oh, wow! It's a marketing thing? Really? What's he marketing himself for?
Some people believe what's in the Epstein files, and some people simply don't believe it. People are now questioning the victim's story, and this whole thing is leaving a lot of people confused.
Well, Jay-Z and Pusha T are on the Epstein files, and people are not trying to keep the same energy saying it's cap. Nah. Y'all said we believe in everything on the Epstein files. Which one is it? The woman on the files claims that Pusha T and Harvey Weinstein attended a party with her, and then they proceeded to give her that Bill Cosby. How you have people on social media saying, no. They believe everything about Elon and Bill Gates, but they won't believe anything when it comes to Pusha T and Jay-Z, saying that it had to be planted. While others are saying that, how are we gonna believe some victims and not all victims on the Epstein files?
Man, it seems like every year something new with Jay-Z's name attached to it keep popping up. And man, we've been hearing about Jay-Z's alleged downfall ever since Jaguar Wright and a couple of Diddy's bodyguards been going on the internet sharing private information and secret stories. And man, look, people keep naming Jay-Z, man. We saw that one lawsuit that got tossed out when that one girl accused Jay-Z.
Real quick, you already know you up in here with your boy Dilla T and my fam. And you know this No Filters. Hit that like button, double tap that screen right now. Subscribe. It's so free to do this. I mean, it's just, if you can read, hit the button. It's right there. It's your fingers. It ain't nothing but it's just your will to just double tap. You feel? That's how easy this can happen for you. Just a double tap. Yeah. Easy. Real quick, you already know what it is. Bang! Don't get it twisted. Raffles. One woman, one man. Right now, Cash App it. You see it. $5, $2 for the t-shirt, $5 for the hoodie. You see it. One man, one woman. Get that custom No Filters right now. Any color with your name on the back. Signed by your boy Dilla T. Sponsored by Nini Lil Savvy TV in the building. Understand this now. Do it now. Tap it in. Super chat it. Cash App it. It's always do it one way. Understand something what's going on. Jay-Z about to get cooked. And you know why. The world know why. Double tap that screen. Don't forget what's going on in here. Join, become a member. You want to become a sponsor? Join, become a member right now today. Double tap that screen for that like and and they love. You feel me? Let's go, fam.
We promise a tenfold refund if it doesn't work. Traditional dentures can lead to jawbone loss and change your facial contour over time.
Man, oh man, last night. Man, oh man, last night was not a normal night on Twitter. This is one of them nights where you refresh the app and Nicki Minaj is typing like her phone is on 0% battery. I'm talking Nicki Minaj tweeting like, yeah, I'm gonna say this real quick before they try to call me. I've been this since 2015 and I'm done acting surprise energy. This wasn't a crash out, this was a parked car, engine off, window down ramp. She was tweeting like she had a Google Doc open. This wasn't a freestyle, this was drafted. We talking about Nicki Minaj going nuclear on Jay-Z last night during the Grammy Awards. Now let's not play dumb. When Nicki starts tweeting about gatekeepers, power brokers, certain people deciding narratives, everybody immediately looked at Jay-Z like, huh? And the crazy part is not one industry executive clapped back. When rich people get quiet, that's when the room gets cold. Let me tell you how this all started, man. So it's the Grammy Awards and Trevor Noah mentions Nicki Minaj on stage. Yeah, a little jokey joke, a little smile, a little chuckle.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nicki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody say it, Nicki. I know they say it to you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it, baby.
And Nicki said, oh, now y'all remember my name? She turned internet Twitter into a war zone. After she saw that clip, she went straight to Twitter and wrote the caption, Trevor refuses to come out the closet when everybody in the industry knows his boyfriend. Allegedly. Then she went in apocalypto mode and decided to go off on the whole industry, especially Jay-Z. She started saying he was a child predator. She started saying that the gatekeepers of the industry and they demonic and all this political stuff, man. She wouldn't have a field day. She first started off and responded to somebody's question with a Chucky doll and said true or false. That person said Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her virginity when she was 23. Jay-Z was out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, 17, and he was 26. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16 and started dating her when he was 30. Jay-Z signed Rihanna at 16, as she said in an interview. Nicki Minaj responded to that clip and said, true or false, with a Chucky doll leaning to the side. Then she posted a picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah and Diddy and wrote the hashtag child predator. Then she posted a picture of Chucky drinking a martini and wrote the caption, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and do crazy stuff in the form of a blood sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you just constantly shed blood, however the gig is up. And she wrote another tweet and said, are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children in a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, you're just as soulless as they are with parents. Maybe it's time for me to do some story time. Since I was trying to not...
Take note real quick. She just said, if you ever vote Democrat again. People didn't understand that Democrats really was the wrong, extra wrong side. Because Democrats had more engagements where it came down to celebrities, things of that nature. We didn't really learn this. Well, I didn't learn this until now about how Democrats, or how they see the Democrats, or how they was using Democratic parties, because people would be like, Democrats poor and Republicans rich. Democrat, you see what I'm saying? So that's how it was looked at. But not knowing they was using the Democrat Party to infiltrate and pull all of this celebrity weirdness. And I started finding it out with the Obama situation. That's when you started seeing so many celebrities supporting the candidates. You get what I'm saying? Which is crazy. So even in that case, it got real different to me when I seen how it was about like how Republicans didn't heal in the building. It was just funny how I was seeing that. And I was like, well, no, Democrats, it's like, no, that's my part. See, that's what I'm saying. Now, we was raised to be in our minds as Democrats. Because who got the money? Who got what? Right. We ain't got no bag. So who on the cheap side? That's the side we on. Who ain't got it? You know what I'm saying? Double tap that screen, hit that like button right now, subscribe for free. We was on that side that didn't have it, so it was Democrat. That's the side we on. And in my mind, I'm like, okay. And then we find out Obama, and I'm like, why all of these celebrities backing? And then Kamala Harris, they pulled the same recipe for her. And then I start looking like, I'm tripping. I'm like, this is really happening. This is what they doing. They using that party to push the agenda of what they're doing. And now it's in the mind frame, but that ain't the case because Nicki Minaj thinks she's slick. So you can't sign up with the people and think that you can come out and talk like this. I keep trying to tell y'all about these distractions. I keep telling you what's going on. You can't sign up and don't think that you can even speak. Without signing up with them, you can't even speak about them. Think about Tupac. Man yelling out Illuminati, but then he put in a K in the front. So clearly he knows about what he's involved in because he said Illuminati. So he knows, understanding of who he's dealing with. But yet he's in a position to be able to speak about them publicly with no problem. Lori in the building. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We're going to learn something tonight.
I say what I know, yet they continue to attempt bullying. Also, I won't be releasing the album until my contract is renegotiated. And until I tell you about all the sabotage this Rico is finding out about Billboard. Then she posted a picture of Jay-Z next to his alleged son. And she wrote another caption and said, maybe I should discuss the brainwashing technique they use. And she said, imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age. And how y'all have a head on a platter. This guy was hugging and humping on teens in broad daylight. Clearly, Nicki Minaj could not be stopped last night. And it all started because Trevor Noah had to start up the Grammy by saying her name. Once she did that last night, the whole internet started doing its own investigation, started coming up with all these different clips and videos saying, dang, she might be right. Check these out.
Oh man, breaking news. But as expected, the Shade Room has deleted the post that they posted originally about Jay-Z and Pusha T being in the Epstein Files along with Harvey Weinstein. Man, it's unfortunate because...
Did you hear that? The Shade Room just took down a post that had everything showing Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Jay-Z, and everybody else. Now, let me just say this. Allegedly, this is all to just inform you of what's going on in the world. And extra with that, it gets even more realer because, again, it's hard for you to say this is not really real when we've been hearing this for ages and years. You understand? That's the problem. That's the energy. That's the problem.
When I'm choosing cookware, I am not nice to the cookware.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We're not going to go through it.
Welcome to the next generation of website creation. Wix Harmony. Get the power.
But what did she do? She pivoted.
What do the Hearty Meatball, the Bold Italian, and every other Firehouse sub have in common? They're fresh.
I try to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, these cats don't want to listen to me online. And I did a video the other day on my other channel, TTV Network, and I told you guys, I had to think, and I just thought to myself, with this whole situation with Nicki Minaj suddenly teaming up with Donald Trump, we already know that Trump has been locked in with lawyer Tony Busby, who went after both Sean Diddy Combs and has went after Jay-Z in the past. He's still in litigation going against Jay-Z in the courts, and Tony Busby is basically, you know what I'm saying, he's going at war with Jay-Z and Diddy, but he's locked in with Donald J. Trump. I told everybody watching this video, and if you didn't see my other channel, you need to subscribe to my other channel, TTV Network. I told you guys this yesterday before anybody said anything about this. I had to think about it. I said, why in the blue hell did Nicki Minaj go over there and start teaming up with Donald J. Trump? Nicki's playing chess, not checkers. With Nicki, in my opinion, and I told y'all this on this video, so just to have the proof, I did this video 2 days ago on my other YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to it, go subscribe to it. It's TTV Network. You're going to see it right there on my other YouTube channel. And I asked, will Nicki Minaj use Trump to take down Jay-Z? And I was thinking, I said, why in the blue hell did Nicki Minaj run around Trump? Because she has a lot of advantages from being up under Trump. Trump has a lot of power. He has a lot of different things, a lot of access to things, you know what I'm saying, in the position that he's in right now. And so this is Nicki's biggest opportunity to do a whole lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? She can get a lot of money off speaking engagements for the Republican Party, you know what I'm saying? If her rap career has went down some, and she's not getting money from that. Remember, she was complaining not too long ago about not getting money, and Jay-Z owing her a lot of money and stuff like that. She's been going at Jay-Z, disrespecting him, calling him camel and all other type of stuff. Also, she has her own personal issues within her, I guess, family, you know, that maybe, you know, Trump can help her, you know, or they could get some, you know, trying to get some influence in there to get some things resolved on those behalf. I won't get into that. But I specifically said, Nicki has been on a vendetta against Jay-Z. Who is the biggest person that Nicki could get behind in order to get this, her, whatever she's trying to get accomplished, done? Donald J. Trump. Nicki has been hugged up with Donald J. Trump. She hugged and kissed him the other day. She's been doing speaking engagements for him. She's been supporting him publicly. And now Nicki, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, she went for the whole thing. Nicki Minaj, this is going to get disgusting. Because here's what's going to happen. Jay-Z's going to have to file a lawsuit. His lawyers are probably working on it right now. They're probably working on sending Nicki Minaj a cease and desist. Nicki's not going to stop. I believe Nicki's going to want this to go to court. And I believe that Nicki feels like she's so locked in at the highest levels that will Jay-Z be willing to take it all the way there with her? Now you're going to say, what are you talking about, Ticket? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Nicki Minaj went all the way in on Jay-Z. And when I say all the way in, she went all the way in. All the way in. Let's start right here. Nicki Minaj went on her social media tonight, and the first thing she said was, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic you-know-what, where they take bleeps from other countries and blank them as a form of a blank sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you must consistently shed you-know-what. However, the jig is up. Meaning, Jigga Man. So let's go into this because she didn't leave any stone unturned tonight. She straight up called Jay-Z a PD effort. And this is after Jay-Z's name was leaked in those FBI Epstein files where people had reported to the FBI allegations against Jay-Z and Pusha T. As you guys can see, the allegations and Harvey Weinstein right there on your screen. And Nicki has, what she did tonight, this is going to get disgusting. I was right when I made that video. She's going to try to destroy Jay-Z. She doesn't care. Nicki Minaj is going for it all right now. This is going to get absolutely disgusting because Nicki Minaj has the backing of the President of the United States of America. Jay-Z, in my opinion, is in for the fight of his life. Nicki Minaj straight up put this online tonight. That's what she called Jay-Z. Jay-Z's lawyers, Alex Spiro and them guys are somewhere right now drawing up paperwork and preparing to file a lawsuit, but Nicki Minaj expecting that. I believe she expects that fully. And I believe she wants that. because I believe that Nicki Minaj may have access to some information, and I think that Nicki Minaj may want to go to court. And I think Nicki Minaj is at a place right now that she wants to expose and reveal everything that she has in her opinion, or maybe in her factual statement. We don't know. We have to see. But she didn't stop there. Nicki Minaj went all the way in on Jay-Z tonight. Nicki Minaj posted that. A picture of Jay-Z and Ramir, the man who basically said his mother said that Jay-Z was his father, his biological father, but that got thrown out in a court. Also, Nicki posted this right here. She's going all the way in tonight, man. She says Trevor refuses to come out of the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend. Allegedly. And then she put up pictures. And she put up numbers on those pictures. 96, 97. She put up pictures. And then she has a hat on and said Nicki was right about everything. To the person who said Trump's not doing nothing, you said he was right there with Jay. Trump was right there beside Bill Clinton. And Trump is going full blow on Bill Clinton. So know your role and shut your damn mouth when greatness is in here talking to you, boy. Don't be stuck on stupid. Don't make yourself look bad. Trump was rolling with Bill Clinton. And now Trump is trying to roll over Bill Clinton. So shut the hell up, boy. The hell is wrong with you, fool? You don't know what the hell you talking about, boy. This shit got diabolical. But Nicki, and I told y'all this, go subscribe to my other channel, TTV Network. I said this 2 days ago. I was thinking all night long. I said to myself, why in the blue hell did Nicki just line up with Trump? Because Nicki knows that Trump has a list. And Trump wants to get all of his enemies up out of here. Think about it. All of these other rappers and all these other people, they ran with the other side to try to defeat Trump. Trump is not going to forget that. Why do you think he didn't pardon Diddy? And ask yourself a question. Who did Jay-Z and Beyonce back in the election? This is about to get diabolical. Nicki then wrote this. Imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a bleep-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have had his bleep on a platter. The guy was hugging and humping on bleeps in broad daylight. Next, I'll get on the owner of the Shade Room and more. Nicki put that up 2 hours ago, and it had 1.6 million views in 2 hours. Nicki is going for the absolute gusto. She is going for the gusto on Jay-Z. She picked her spot, and she knows right now, she is going for it all right now. She's going for it all. There is no question that Nicki Minaj is trying to get Jay-Z up out of here, bro. She's going for it all, and you better believe she talked with Trump about this in private. And I just thought, why is she all backing up Trump and stuff like that? There's ulterior motive. And I said this 2 days ago on my other channel, TTV Network, where only 1,100 of y'all watched that video. And I put that video up. And I said, will Nicki Minaj use Trump to take down Jay-Z? I asked myself, why was she hanging around Trump? Trump has so many powerful people. Trump knows all these people who know all these things about all these files. And if Nicki, who has been 1,000% backing Trump now, at different events, backing up his wife, if she had this much heart, you've never seen anybody in the industry go at Jay-Z like this. Nobody. Nicki picked her time to do it right now. She accused this man, and to say these things, she better have a hell of a... It is about to get surgical on the internet, y'all. And with these Epstein files leaking and all of this stuff coming out, you have to ask yourself, did Nicki talk with any of the witnesses or alleged victims? Why would Nicki put herself in such a situation to where she could be sued and lose everything? To the person who says, Ticket, Melania Trump is in the Epstein files too. I've already talked about it. I've already seen it. We've already talked about it. You're a day late, dollar short.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You know you in here with your boy Dealatofficial right now. Subscribe right now for free. Understand something. What you really don't get and don't know is the fact that Nicki Minaj had her position already in the game. So she's fully aware. So if she says something, I believe it. But in the same sense, this is how you know the type of organization that they all are involved in. This Democrats, this Republicans. They all went to the Epstein Island. And then you got people that's a part of the same organization, but having a fight with each other. Jay-Z been with the organization for decades. Nicki Minaj got involved and now they that. And yet they still, see, I'm trying to explain to you what they involved in. They involved with a situation that yet they can join it and talk about how bad it is. Even more since they can join it and go against their brothers and sisters that's involved with it as well. What type of organization is that? Corruption. So I want you to understand what I mean by Nicki saying what she's saying is truth in that, but that's how much they want to protect Trump. And see, that's what would make you really understand how bad Nicki Minaj look right now. See, she want to bring down Jay-Z, and she's going to the powers that be to do it. Okay, fine. But the worst part is that Trump is accused for things on the same level and beyond. So who's really winning, fam? Let me say that again for the people in the back. Nicki Minaj. What I tell you yesterday, I said, follow me now. Hit that like button right now. Follow what I said. I said Nicki Minaj got sued for $50 million by that security guard that her boyfriend beat up at the time. Baby daddy become boyfriend, okay? Now, he beats him up. They says, hey, we suing you for $50 million. Nicki Minaj says, no, I don't care about that. She never pay him, right? Then all of a sudden, they come back at her and says, hey, since you don't want to pay that $50 million, we want your mansion and about $100 more million, okay? So now she all messed up. She got to give up her mansion and money, right? For this security guard that her boyfriend at the time / baby daddy beat up, okay? Follow me. So now with that, two things. One, she loses all of that money and everything she needs. So now what is she gonna do? She's gonna constantly sell records and do concerts, but that's not gonna put her back in a mansion. That's not gonna just give her 50 or 100 million she lost. Like this quick, right? As quick as she lost it, as quick as she needed it back. So all of a sudden, we do a show here about her and Erica Kirk, Nicki Minaj and Erica Kirk in the seminar, right? Remember that, fam? We do that. And all of a sudden, she doing a Turning Point USA interview with Erica Kirk, which further let us know that that's the moment that we all understood that she didn't took a route to get a bag, but we know she got to sacrifice something. We know something got to be done. You want this? What you gonna give us? But that's the world, right? You go do anything. It's like you want this, what you doing? You want to work for it. You want to get money. That's the world, right? Follow me. She goes to Trump and says, hey, whatever it take, I'm with it. All of a sudden, they said, let's start small. Let's put you in the interview with Erica Kirk first. So she do the Turning Point USA. And then all of a sudden, she dealing with Trump directly. Now, this assures her money. Matter of fact, this assures her more money than her mansion and whatever she lost. All she got to do is whatever they want her to do. See, that's what you got to understand. They in an organization that allows them to go this way or this way to get that bag. And they going to do whatever to do it, but it's just they have routes to go, fam. Just like, oh, I can rock with Republicans over here and do corruption and still get money. Or I can go over here and rock with Democrats and get money as well. It's just they have an option to stay on top. That's the conversation. Because you thought we was just going to come in here and cook Jay-Z, but we already heard about Jay-Z back in the day. Jazz, oh, his partner talked about him and what he seen. Other people have seen more. And that's why Lizzo, follow me, Lizzo, let me say that name again. That's why Lizzo looked bad. Because Lizzo, why would you sit there and do that? But we know why. Because Lizzo is with them people as well. The position she's been in and her world and everything that's happened. Yes. So you have to understand, fam. She come out quickly and says, hold up, don't talk about Jay-Z. Don't talk about Beyonce. She want to let her presence be felt because she's more worried about her life and her living, not her morals and what's right or wrong. See, we ain't just heard this about Jay-Z yesterday. That's the difference about these people, fam. We ain't just heard about this yesterday. We've been hearing about Jay-Z for decades. Just like we heard about Diddy. And then all of a sudden, all of it come out. So what are we really doing? You think these people stayed around because they was great, good people? You got to be out your mind to think that these millionaire, cajillionaire, billionaire, zillionaire has been around this long because they've been just great to the society. They just been giving back to the world and just been so amazing and just been these tree huggers and just been all of this and that for the community because they love us and love the world. Are you stupid? These people are being charged with PDF files, essay files, the worst of the worst. Why, in my hood or community, why is your name coming up with that type of stuff? See, in my community, your name come up in that, oh, you guilty. Because why is your name in that? So it's no thing about acting like we don't get what's going on here, fam. In our community, Jay-Z know it too. Marcy Projects, your name come up in it. Why is it this? Oh, you halfway guilty because we want to know why. Your name in there. So we want to know what's up. Oh, it's going to take a minute for you to get yourself out. Because your name in it. Why? What? You essaying people? You a PDF to who? Why your name tied up in there? Oh, you got to explain that. You got to say something about that. See, in my community, you got to explain that. You don't get to just walk away from that, fam. What? Somebody said you got beat up in the hood. You beat somebody up in the hood. You can walk away from that. That's going to die down. PDF file. Somebody say you a PDF. Somebody say you a essay. Oh, you ain't walking away from that. Not in my community. So let's be real, fam. Ruth in the building. Let's be real, fam. Let's get order here. Let's not act special about situations that we know Lizzo should be ashamed of herself. Let me say it again. For those of you that like Lizzo, love Lizzo, I encourage you to stop following her today. I encourage you to stop rocking with her today. Because she just came out and just took a stand because she was worried about her money and her position in the music industry as a black woman because she's dealing with black gatekeepers, allegedly. So that further lets you know she don't care about her morals. She don't even care about that man's name has been tied up with situations like this before we knew about the Epstein Files. See, that's what they not saying, family. His name been tied up with situations like this before the Epstein Files. So how much real weight is it? Because now that we heard his name is in Epstein Files, that gives more confirmation. It's just a confirmation. Because for those that love Jay-Z, was raised on Jay-Z, we've heard this time and time again. And then we find out that your name is in the same files as the President Trump. So Trump, Nicki Minaj, and Jay-Z, all in the organization, all together tied. But yet she has a problem with him because of her own issues, that he stopped her money, stopped her situations, stopped a lot. Why? Think about it. She keeps saying Jay-Z has stopped her money, tour dates, withheld things from her, has just literally prohibited her from further growth. That means he's a gatekeeper. That means he's in control. Because why would she be aiming at Jay-Z about stopping her from getting money? You see how people tell on themselves? Let me say that again for the people in the back. Hit that like button, double tap that screen right now. This is real. You learned something today. This is when I tell you when they tell you, like, people gonna tell on themselves because you just let them talk. Just let them talk. Why would she be aiming at Jay-Z and saying words like he kept money from me, he withheld things from me, he stopped concerts and shows, and prohibited me from growing? Clearly that's a gatekeeper. That's somebody that controls your career in every facet of it. So Nicki Minaj just told on them that he's a gatekeeper and he's been controlling that side of the urban community in Hollywood or the music industry, right? So we know that. Because again, right here, hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe for free. You're learning something. We're here to read the headline and then we read in between the line because they be telling on themselves. I'm giving you clarity. Jaguar Wright exposed Jay-Z thoroughly. But the good part about Nicki Minaj and the way she's doing things right now, this is where we're at right now. She's riding with Trump because she knows Trump is the mega power to take Jay-Z down and Diddy. But Trump is only going to do it because Trump wants that attention off of him. Press 1 if you heard what I just said. Press 1 if you heard what I said. This is how you know how bad this is. Because this is just the enemy against the enemy. And it's like, who do they want to shine the light on? Which one of these darkest situations we want to shine the light on? We got to weigh our options. Okay, let's see. Okay, this guy here been a rapper. And the only reason he got power is because he told on everybody that was trying to create their own distribution deal in the black urban community. That's Jay-Z. And then you got this white man, Trump, that's just done real estate and took his family name and has been the richest of some of the richest and famous. And yet his life over decades has been charged and accused of some of the worst and most disgusting things, that yet this man, Jay-Z, has the same resume and charges, even yet to say he's so bad that someone is claiming that they are his child at this age. That yet if you do the math, if this man child is his son, that means he would have had intercourse with this young man's mother at an underage time. Which even over here, you talk about a president that's being accused of underage females expressing the literacy and clarity of their experience with the President of the United States. So who balance and whose weight really holds? Tracy in the building. Who weight and who balance really hold? See, this is the thing about that. Shout out to Ruth saying, do I think Jay-Z left? Let me tell you something. It don't even matter if he came or gone. At the time, see, that's how you know, like when we hear stuff like that, it's like we hear the news and say, or we hear certain stuff and be like, it's reported that Jay-Z left the USA on his private jet. No one cares. No one matters. No, it doesn't matter. P. Diddy left everywhere on his private jet. And you see where he at, right? See, this further lets you know that it doesn't matter who doing what or how you doing it. Because at the end of the day, that man ran, and we see where he's at right now. So whether he ran private, publicly, he did a whole documentary that they found out and found that and put that on Netflix, and that gave like, which will make you think further, is that planned? Let me tell you the worst thing that would be the worst thing. It would be the worst thing that Diddy and 50 Cent is working together. And yet the footage is put out. And all of this is because Diddy, the people he signed up with, is him being the one that's taking the L for right now. That'll be some of the craziest information you could believe in your life. Because you would say, why would a Diddy want to be locked up for his transgressions? But yet, why he never got locked up? And why would he all of a sudden get locked up today? So you got to ask yourself these questions, fam. You got to ask yourself, like, why all of a sudden today? It'll make you think, like, why would he get locked up on purposely? Or why would he walk himself into this? But why would he have a documentary of footage showing all of his everyday? And then they give you these reasons, but you don't really think. And it's like, wow. What if all of them are working together and it's so scripted that we just sitting here looking at attention? You wouldn't even believe it if you knew 50 Cent and P. Diddy and them was cool. You wouldn't believe it if you knew Jay-Z knew his name was on the line and nothing's gonna happen to him. Chris, You saying that would be crazy work, T? But for me to tell you right now, that's what it is, you wouldn't even believe me. But this is the type of stuff I'm trying to unlock your brain to understand that things like that you need to be prepared for. You understand, Chris? I'm trying to unlock your cerebellum so y'all can really understand what I just said is a true and living, honest thing. And Chris said, that would be crazy work, T. Because think about it. That being real, then what? Then what? What would we do even then? Because right now, finding out whatever, we ain't doing nothing. So if what I'm saying is true, and you saying that'll be crazy work, T, what will we do even if that was if we was to find out that was the truth? Good night, Ruth. I appreciate you always. Your time and attention is love. You understand what I'm saying, Chris? That's crazy. But see, we finding out so much craziness that to know what I just said is true, it's not gonna feel like it's crazy because we're gonna be like, yeah, that is true. This did this already. This did this already. This is that already. I believe that 50 Cent, Diddy, and all of them is cool, and this is just a part of the script. See, I just can't be fooled with it, fam. I'm not gonna be the one that's rolling with the crowd. It's like, no, something ain't right. Something's coming out too hard, too harsh, and too quick, and people just accepting it for what it is. Something's not right. Things are just happening. And I'm like, why now today? Why would all of this just be unraveling today? The way things are coming out, Tracy. You hear me, Tracy? The way things are coming out like running water. Like they just want you to know this. They want you to see this. They want you to feel this. They want you to accept this. They want you to get it. Something ain't right. And when I see stuff like that, Tracy, I'll be like, nah, fam, that ain't the way. That ain't the truth. That ain't the light. And we will not stand back and allow to go through that. Shout out to Lori in here with the $20 donation. You know it's love and it's going to be love always because it's been love since day one. Lori says, thank you for helping us read between the lines. We love you, Dealatofficial. Lori, you know I love you. You know I love you. It's been a real deal. It's been a holy field. It's been like that. But the biggest thing I want you to understand is that right now, let me tell you something. Kyrie Irving. Do you know who Kyrie Irving is, Lori? Chris, I know you know who Kyrie Irving is. Lori, tell me, do you know who Kyrie Irving is? Do you know who Kyrie Irving is? Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving came out and said, the world is scripted. Let me say this again for the people in the back. Kyrie Irving came out and said the world is scripted. And that man has been through a lot, going back and forth, saying things he believes and understand. But the fact of the matter is, I want you to understand the realistness of it. That man knew what it was. And when I say things like this, it further let me know if Trump is not being charged for anything, if Trump is not going through anything, that further should tell you what I'm saying is real. This is the best script for them going into 2026. Because the way things are coming out behind each other, the way things are just, oh, hear me now, hit that like button, subscribe. would everything just be coming behind each other? Think about it, fam. Ain't nothing like this has ever even happened like this. At this rate, at this capacity, at this speed, at this timing. Think about it. Use your brain, man. If you ain't got no brain, put your ear on. Listen, if you ain't got no brain, put your ear on the speaker. If you look at on the TV, if you ain't got no brain, put your ear on the speaker. We about to direct your path. Listen to me. Why would it be hitting like this at this point, at this time, at this level? Something ain't right. Hear me, fam. Some ain't. Listen to me, Lori, Chris. Listen to me. Some ain't right. Nene, some ain't right. For things to be happening in this timing, at this shift, it has to be a script. It's got to be a script, fam. It's got to be a script. It's like, okay, you up next. What's your lines? Okay, on you. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, action. Okay, cut. That ain't what go in the script. Do it right. And get it right, because if you mess it up, you gonna die today. We will not let you be the one that mess up the future. That's what's going on, fam. Again, from the top. You better hear me. What? That's what's going on. Lisa Bone. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You family right now. She just said they all say the same thing. See, you starting to get what I'm saying. I'm trying to say what they don't say. I'm trying to say what they won't say. I'm trying to say what's really real. This is a script. This stuff is coming out too fast, too quick, right on the money. And then on top of that, it's like this situation happened, then this situation happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then that happened, and then that. You ain't even got over this first thing we heard last week. They know what they doing. Oh my God. Is you hearing me? The way they hitting us with this info, fam. The way they coming with this script is hitting different. Boy, you better hear me today. I'm telling you right now, Trump, by all means, will go through everything to make sure he won't lose. And let me tell you something else again. He is the president of the United States, not of one state. The United States. He's in the Oval Office. You out your mind to think for 1 second. The only way he gonna come down for this, God has got to step in. This spiritual warfare, the Lord immediately has to start moving on our behalf. That is the only way that things will be unraveled, unshaken, and untwined and moved. Because again, God has to step in and say, hold up, wait a minute. This is spiritual warfare. I'm all involved with this. Ain't no way that we finna allow this type of level of living in life going on that's finna corrupt men and move men out they self and just say we just finna fall. See, we might lose the battle, but I know we win the war. And ain't no way that we sit back just saying in our right minds that we sitting there looking at self and saying that Trump is that they allowing or not thinking that you out your mind to not say this script is played a certain way. The only way that this will be shut down, God has to come in and move mountains. Men will not. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You better hear me tonight. If you out your mind or we're thinking you stupid, you out your mind because you think this entertainment. But this script is ran a certain way. And at the end of the day, there's no way that you're going to tell me somebody right now is going to stop it. It's got to be God. If this was real, he would have been impeached. If this was real, Nicki Minaj won't even have the opportunity she has. If this was real, Jay-Z would have already been behind bars. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. This is more than what you think it is for real. When I tell you this script is only ran this way because, again, they ran the campaign based off of telling us about the Epstein files. Now the files are out, and now we're seeing the files. Who's going down? Who's being charged? Who's being held? Who's being locked up? Hit that like button, double tap that screen, then it got real up in here. Feel me now? Let's go.
Did you lose a lot of money sports betting on DraftKings or FanDuel? You may qualify.
Nicki Minaj just went completely berserk on Jay-Z, and she's shocking the internet. Fresh off her appearance with Trump and a viral war with Don Lemon, Nicki is now calling out Jay-Z by name after those recent Epstein files started circulating. What she just claimed is completely unexpected, not because of the allegations themselves, but because Nicki is actually willing to say it out loud. After decades in the industry alongside these people, the question is, why is she breaking the code now? And more importantly, is these comments against Jay-Z connected to the new Epstein files? For the last few days, Nicki Minaj has been trending for all sorts of reasons. First, she showed up to a Turning Point USA event where she was seen on stage hanging out with Erica Kirk. This seemed to be the pregame for the next move, which was appearing next to the President of the United States himself. Just a few days back, Nicki showed up to show support for Trump and speak to the MAGA fanbase. This ended up sparking massive backlash online as her fans saw this as a sellout moment. But right as the tension was building and people were really starting to turn on Nicki, she took it there and accused Jay-Z of doing some of the most heinous things imaginable. Now obviously, if you follow this channel, you know that for years, I have been exposing the music industry's deeply dark hidden side, revealing the darkness that lies at the root of the industry. I say that because I believe everything Nicki said about Jay-Z is true. But I have some issues with Nicki saying this, and I will get more into that later. First, let's get into the tweets themselves and break down exactly what Nicki is talking about and why I believe she's actually correct about the things she's saying. In the recent tweets Nicki aimed at Jay-Z, she accused him of not only being into them young, but being a part of the secret societies that control the industry. She went as far as to accuse Jay-Z of allegedly participating in ritual sacrifices. Let's start with the tweet she made about Jay-Z and him being interested in young girls, which is what likely got him on the list in the first place. Nicki Minaj retweeted this tweet with the caption, "True or false?" She was referring to the allegations the person was making on the tweet about Jay-Z. The tweet read, "Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her virginity. He was 23. Jay-Z was going out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, or 17, and he was 26, 27, or 28. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16 and started dating her when she was 18 or 19, and he was 30. Jay-Z signed Rihanna at 16, and she said in an interview that she was flown to meet Jay-Z, who wouldn't let her leave until she signed the contract and locked her put to shame. Watch. In these tweets, Nicki was calling Jay-Z and other artists in the industry satanic. She claims that Jay-Z is a part of a satanic cult. Now, as crazy as this sounds, I have shown plenty of evidence over the years that suggests she isn't lying. See, Jay-Z has been incorporating plenty of occult imagery into his music.
They try to hate on me always, family. Let me real. No, don't do that. Let me real all the way, honey. Right now, they try to hate on the real one when I'm in there, when I'm cooking. Hit that like button right now. Because you know they trying to hate on me. You see it? You feel it? You know it. They want you to be stupid. And then when I come with that I try to wake your ass up. And then they be like, hold up. Turn them down. Let's turn him down. Let's hold up. You put the mute on them. Put the pause on them. Hold up. He going crazy. People starting to open up ears. He taking ear racks out of their ear. He waking their from the top, fam, where my dog tooth is. Don't be no hater today. Boy, I'm gonna smack everybody around you.
Nicki Minaj just went completely berserk on Jay-Z, and she's shocking the internet. Fresh off her appearance with Trump and a viral war with Don Lemon, Nicki is now calling out Jay-Z by name after those recent Epstein files started circulating, where she just claimed is completely unexpected, not because of the allegations themselves, but because Nicki is actually willing to say it out loud. After decades in the industry alongside these people, the question is, why is she breaking the code now? And more importantly, is these comments against Jay-Z connected to the new Epstein files? For the last few days, Nicki Minaj has been trending for all sorts of reasons. First, she showed up to a Turning Point USA event where she was seen on stage hanging out with Erica Kirk. This seemed to be the pregame for the next move, which was appearing next to the President of the United States himself. Just a few days back, Nicki showed up to show support for Trump and speak to the MAGA fan base. This ended up sparking massive backlash online as her fans saw this as a sellout moment. But right as the tension was building and people were really starting to turn on Nicki, she took it there and accused Jay-Z of doing some of the most heinous things imaginable. Now obviously, if you follow this channel, you know that for years, I have been exposing the music industry's deeply dark hidden side, revealing the darkness that lies at the root of the industry. I say that because I believe everything Nicki said about Jay-Z is true. But I have some issues with Nicki saying this, and I will get more into that later. First, let's get into the tweets themselves and break down exactly what Nicki is talking about and why I believe she's actually correct about the things she's saying. In the recent tweets Nicki aimed at Jay-Z, she accused him of not only being into them young, but being a part of the secret societies that control the industry. She went as far as to accuse Jay-Z of allegedly participating in ritual sacrifices. Let's start with the tweet she made about Jay-Z and him being interested in young girls, which is what likely got him on the list in the first place. Nicki Minaj retweeted this tweet with the caption, "True or false?" She was referring to the allegations the person was making on the tweet about Jay-Z. The tweet read, Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her virginity. He was 23. Jay-Z was going out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, or 17, and he was 26, 27, or 28. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16 and started dating her when she was 18 or 19, and he was 30. Jay-Z signed Rihanna at 16, and she said in an interview that she was flown to meet Jay-Z, who wouldn't let her leave until she signed the contract and locked her in the office until 3 a.m. After Nicki retweeted this, she went on to make another tweet going even harder at Jay. She said, "Imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have his head on a platter. The guy was hugging on teens in broad daylight." She then tweeted out a photo of Jay-Z holding hands with a very young Aaliyah. Jay-Z was literally on top of her, and he was in his 20s at the time, while Aaliyah was 16 or 17. Now honestly, I wasn't expecting to see Nicki call this out. These are things I have been pointing out for years. At this point, it's pretty much well known that Jay-Z likes girls that are much younger than him. He literally married Beyonce after he started dating her when she was still a teen as well. In fact, I even interviewed Rihanna's former publicist, Jonathan Hay, who alleged that Jay-Z was hooking up with Rihanna when he first signed her at 16. At any moment, did you personally feel that they could have had something going on, Jay-Z and Rihanna?
Definitely.
You can say allegedly. Allegedly. Definitely.
Not allegedly.
Okay, definitely. On top of this, everyone in the industry knows the story about Foxy Brown. Nick Cannon literally grilled Dame Dash for Jay-Z allegedly dating Foxy when she was 15 or 16.
Was Foxy Brown.
Jordan McCoy in the building with the $5 donation.
Sorry, Foxy Brown. I'm just asking a question. I'm not insinuating. I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
You said that Foxy was 16 when she got signed. Why did you say that?
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Now think about it. Jay-Z was accused of doing stuff with a 13-year-old a few years back. Now in the Epstein Files, he is being called an urban gatekeeper who was put in place to keep the urban community under control. He was literally being accused of being in a room where a victim suffered. Now, if you thought this was bad already, wait until you hear what Nicki said about Jay-Z and the satanic industry rituals. In this recent Twitter rant, Nicki claimed that Jay-Z is participating in sacrifice rituals, literally accusing him of making offerings to evil gods. She said in the tweet, "Are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story times, since I was trying to not say what I know, yet they continue to attempt to bully me." She then followed up this tweet by saying, "Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and harm them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up." She then continued by taking aim at the ritual that was taking place at the Grammy Awards that night. She said, "As they do their rituals tonight, God Almighty would reveal himself to them. The rituals would backfire on them. God will not be mocked. Blessed is the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned and put to shame. Watch." In these tweets, Nicki was calling Jay-Z and other artists in the industry satanic. She claims that Jay-Z is a part of a satanic cult. Now, as crazy as this sounds, I have shown plenty of evidence over the years that suggests she isn't lying. See, Jay-Z has been incorporating plenty of occult imagery into his music for years. He literally branded himself with occult imagery, from his label name down to his signature hand sign. He also showed this ties to infamous occultist Aleister Crowley back in his Run This Town music video. Aleister Crowley is seen as the most famous Satanist, and Jay-Z praised him. In the behind-the-scenes interview for the Run This Town video, Jay-Z was seen wearing a hoodie with Aleister Crowley's main slogan, "Do what thou wilt." Right on Jay-Z's sweater, you can see the phrase. Aleister Crowley was known for performing all kinds of twisted rituals that sometimes even involved children. The fact that Jay-Z is willing to show a man like Crowley praise tells you everything you need to know. I don't think Nicki is lying when she made these claims about Jay. These are the same things I have been saying for years. Now the question you might have is, why is Nicki saying all of this right now? Well, according to her, it's because Roc Nation is trying to destroy her. She tweeted, "They sabotaged my documentary because I spoke about abuse that I suffered. They've been trying to stall all my projects in hopes I lose a bunch of money and beg them for help. The destruction that's about to come down on them isn't funny. I told you to leave me alone. Now you'll understand why you should have just sat there and taken your meds." Now, Nicki claims she's doing this because she's had enough and is now defending herself against Roc Nation. But is this really the reason she's saying all of this? To find the truth, we have to examine the timing of all of this. If you saw my last video that I posted yesterday regarding the recent Epstein Files release, then you would know I pointed to Jay-Z being one of the scapegoats used to feed the people about the Epstein Files. It's not a coincidence that Jay-Z's name were in the Epstein Files, and now Nicki is calling him a satanic PDF file. Obviously, this all connects back to her connection to Donald Trump. Now, those of you who watch my channel know how I feel about politics and about the left and the right. I think they're all puppets, and it doesn't matter which side you play on. I don't think it's random that Nicki is calling Jay-Z a satanic PDF file after the Epstein Files said the exact same thing. I also don't think it's random that Nicki is supporting Trump either, another man who was accused of some very dark things in these recent Epstein Files. I'm actually working on a Patreon diving into those allegations that would be dropping in the next few days. If you're one of my members, you can expect that soon. Nicki is being used to further push the narrative that the Epstein Files painted in order to keep all the attention on Jay-Z and off the big fish they were protecting. This is how they redirect the conversation to stay on the scapegoats. That's why they have Nicki Minaj saying this. While I believe Nicki is right about Jay-Z, that doesn't change the fact that Nicki herself is a sellout like all the rest. Unfortunately, Nicki is the wrong person to call out Jay-Z when she herself is guilty of the same things. Honestly, before she called out Jay, she should have called out Birdman and all the weird things he allegedly did to Lil Wayne when he was a kid. Remember, there was literally pictures of Birdman making out with Lil Wayne. Wayne also said that Birdman paid for a girl to take his virginity when he was a preteen, all while he sat there and watched it go down. If she's calling out satanic rappers, why doesn't she call out Lil Wayne or Drake, who used the same occult imagery as Jay-Z and all the other sellouts? Better yet, why doesn't she speak about herself? She has used the same imagery she's calling Jay-Z out for. Nicki has music videos like this one where she is literally in hell depicting herself as a demon. It's crazy that Nicki called out the occult rituals at the award shows, forgetting that she too did a ritual at an award show, literally pretended to be demonically possessed while floating on stage. But that's not even the worst of it. It's crazy to see Nicki claiming Jay-Z likes them young, while her own brother is literally in prison for liking them young and doing very bad things to them. Also, her husband is accused of some messed up things as well. Yet, she defends both her brother and her husband. Nicki calling out Jay-Z is great, but it doesn't erase the fact that she's a puppet too. She is literally showing us that right now. Obviously, this MAGA Nicki move was all planned out. The elite are doing what they always do, using their puppets to control the masses. By Nicki showing up next to Trump, she's showing us she's sold out too. She is just a puppet of the system. Right now, she is being used to push whatever narrative they need her to push. Once her job is done, she will get her prize like a good little puppet. Don't be surprised if Nicki's brother ends up receiving a pardon from Trump after this. The fact that Nicki is talking about don't vote left is a big tell. Both sides are exactly the same. They're both guilty as can be in my eyes. If Nicki is telling you to pick a side, she is being used by the system and being paid by the system. So yes, in my opinion, Nicki is right, but all the same things could be said about her. It's a nasty game being played right now. Don't fall for it. Make sure you keep yourself out of the trap. Well, I'm gonna end this one here. If you enjoy real content exposing the truth, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bigger, better Valentine's flowers. Trust Walter No Florist to get it right.
With Valentine's Day on Saturday this year.
Rapmore gang, things are looking bad for Jay-Z. It's been a couple of days now since Jay-Z's name got brought up in the Epstein Files. They've been talking about Jay-Z, was he getting busy with these kids, with Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein? A lot of people have said it's a bunch of cap, okay, to be fair. A lot of people have said, ain't no way that Jay-Z was over there in 1996 knowing Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey. He didn't know Harvey Weinstein until a few years later. Ain't no way. Well, look, it doesn't matter, because what is going on is that everybody is piling on. Everybody that had a problem with Jay-Z is using this opportunity to absolutely demolish him, and things are getting worse for Jay-Z, and there's even rumors that he might have even, you know what I'm saying, hot-tailed it out of America. But one of the people that is going to be the most happy about this absolute craziness is, of course, 50 Cent, okay? 50 Cent posted, all right? He said, damn, they got your man Jay in the Epstein Files. I gotta do a doc on this at 50 Cent action. All right. Everybody's piling on. This is a good day for 50 Cent. He'd been waiting to put the boot into Jay-Z. But it wasn't just 50 Cent. One of Jay-Z's biggest and most long-running ops is, of course, Nicki Minaj. And she set the internet on fire with a storm of tweets calling out Jay-Z for some nefarious behavior that didn't even occur on Epstein Island, okay? She posted, she said, Trevor refuses to come out the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend, allegedly, all right? She posted, Nicki was right about everything. She's on a MAGA run right now, and she posted these very, very suspect images of Jay-Z with young women, okay? I'm pretty sure that's Aaliyah. Jay-Z, age 26, and 15. Age 27, I'm pretty sure it's Beyonce, and they're saying that's 96, this is 97. So they're saying, ain't no way anything could be going on with Jay-Z in 1996, surely not. But Nicki Minaj, she putting in work, okay, and she done a whole tweet storm, all right? She done a whole tweet storm rocking out on Jay-Z.
She posted this one. I'm pretty sure this is the guy that's been running around claiming that he's Jay-Z's secret son for years, and Jay-Z don't want no part of it. He don't want to take the DNA test. He don't want nothing to do with what's going on. That's pretty savage. She posted this one talking about what in the F, hashtag child predator. Not a great look. She posted this one. She said, imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have his head on a platter. This guy was hugging and humping on teens in broad daylight. Next, I'll get on the owner of the Shade Room and more. She said in this one, she said, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. Crazy, all right? And she posted this one in a little bit more detail. Said, are you understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, that's hilarious.
Mary
You're just
in the
as soulless
building
as
from
they are and will
Barbados.
perish.
Barbados in the building.
Story times. Since I was trying not to say
hit that
what
like
I know,
button,
yet they
subscribe,
continue to attempt bullying. Also, I won't be releasing this album until my contract is renegotiated and until I tell you about all the sabotage this Rico is finding out about Billboard. So she reposted the allegations going around that TMZ founder Harvey Levin has also been named in the Epstein Files, described as a good friend who could help run global PR effort to defend convicted PDF Jeffrey Epstein and smear his victims and accusers. And people are saying, I guess this explains why TMZ didn't cover Jay-Z being named in the files. Nicki posted that. And this one, she reposted this one. This was a pretty savage one, okay? So look, this is some backstory, and I'm going to dig deeper into these allegations just to give you a little bit of an idea of what was going on, because this is pretty crazy, okay? But basically, it says Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15, took her thing when he was 23. Jay-Z was going out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, 17, and he was 26, 7, and 8. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16, started dating her when she was 18, 19, he was 30. He signed Rihanna at 16, and she said in an interview she was flown to meet Jay-Z, who wouldn't let her leave until she signed a contract and locked her in the office until 3 a.m. It says Jay-Z slept with a 16-year-old person when he was 22. She got pregnant, and now the kid says Jay-Z's been refusing to take the paternity test for over a decade because it would mean that he slept with a teenage girl, allegedly. People saying this is photoshopped. Are you okay? Look up Ryan Satterthwaite. The story is so sad. Jay-Z and his team have been working overtime to keep this under wraps, all right? And they're saying, shout out Nicki Minaj for speaking on what Jay-Z's evil ass has done to multiple women in the industry and confirming my initial tweet. And then they're talking about the Kathy White allegations. I did a whole video on that. You can go and look into that separately. So when it comes to the Foxy Brown allegation, this is something that's been going on for quite a long time. And what we're going to do is we're just going to look into each of these little allegations in this video, and I'll just give you a little bit of backstory in each one. I'm not saying this definitely is how it went down, but I am telling you this is the discourse. This is what people are saying out there in the public. And it's just, it's a terrible day for Jay-Z. All right. This is a post that was going around on Twitter, okay, talking about basically Jay-Z being tied to Foxy Brown since she was like 15. It's a little bit, it's not a good look at this stage, okay? It says, to Shawn Jay-Z Carter, we the people would like to know why you at 27 years of age were picking up a 15-year-old Foxy Brown from school. We the people would also like to know why you at 27 years of age had a special friendship with a 15-year-old Foxy Brown. Foxy, we the people would also like to know what you meant by special friendship, and why have you nor Jay-Z not sued Wendy Williams for repeatedly stating you had an sexual relationship with Shawn Carter while underage, or her show and to your faces. That don't really make sense, but whatever.
Yeah, which is odd, but you know, like I said, we grow up fast.
I love Jay, and I'm not. I want to say that too. I just spoke to Jay this morning.
How is the sex? Is he on like a horse?
Oh my god,
that's what Artie says.
It's unbelievable. Is he? Jay's one. Let me tell you something. No one can do what Jay and I do. Like for real. To tell you that this industry that I have genuine love for, like real diehard love for it is Jay. For real.
He's strong. You don't have to acknowledge it, Foxy. Just maybe some foreplay.
Maybe a what?
Some quantification boning.
Maybe foreplay. So I look like
his mouth has been on your breast before. Is what Thord is saying.
Oh yeah, you think that? Yeah, I think I have to remember. I'm a lot younger.
Exactly. It's a fiance. You like him younger.
I just needed a person who can take that position, that, you know, girl versus guy call and response, because that's what it is. It's just a fun girl versus guy type of thing.
He was like, okay, why don't we just talk about real life? And I was like, give me 20 minutes. Please don't give a fuck how you move.
All ain't doing music. We ain't doing music. We ain't doing music. Okay, we ain't doing music, right? There's gonna be some lyrics. There's gonna be some other stuff in here we ain't gonna do. But that's not a good look. It's not a good look. Okay, really not a good look.
Hit that like button. Double tap that screen right now.
It doesn't prove anything. All right, it doesn't prove anything. But it isn't the first time this has been dragged. When Jay-Z was going through the height of his beef with Nas, okay, one of the most iconic hip-hop beefs in history, Nas would actually allude to a relationship between Jay-Z and Foxy Brown in the lyrics to this song, okay? He said, in a pine box with 9 shots from my Glock, fellas, Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in her puss. What, you think you're getting girls now because of your looks? So look, he was alluding to this relationship. But it wouldn't be okay. This is all the way in 2001. Jay-Z's first big single was Ain't No N-Word Off Reasonable Doubt. The song featured Foxy Brown, who Jay-Z was involved with at the time, accusing a man of having to perform oral on a woman in order to get her to perform on his songs is a pretty damning charge in rap. Hey. Right away, it's the fit. Want to taste the S? Put me on the bass and throw your face in it. Both Foxy Brown and Jay-Z denied the claim of ever being involved with one another, even though Foxy admitted it on Let Them Know. What? Oh, the video's not there. That's convenient. It also accuses Jay of hopping around from famous friend to famous friend trying to leech off their success. At the time, Foxy was selling, same with Mary J. Blige, and Biggie Smalls was perhaps the most commercially successful rapper at the time. Not named Tupac, Jay used them to sell more, something Nas would expand on further on a verse, and the later track, Got Yourself a Gun. Right, it's a little bit crazy. Now look, both parties have denied this historic relationship, and Foxy Brown would address, she would basically address the rumors and all that kind of stuff on that track, as we saw in the Genius annotation. So this was kind of going around, okay, essentially, this was an article about it. It says, hip-hop rumors, Foxy Brown admits to previous affair with Jay-Z. It says, disclaimer, and I'm going to read this disclaimer too, because I want to make sure this is very, very clear. I don't want to catch that Tony Busby straight. This says, disclaimer, all contact within this section is pure rumor and it has no factual info outside of what the streets have whispered in our ear. Read on. Whoa! There are some rumors that just sound like an ad-lib. Whoa! Foxy Brown raps on a new song and the song is very interesting. Okay? Let's just say, again, once again, everything we're talking about in this video is pure rumors. I'm talking about the discourse around Jay-Z. I'm not saying all of this absolutely happened. All right? Please don't send your hitters at my head. As Kanye said, I'm not even trying to say that, but like, Kanye said Jay-Z got hitters, please don't send them on my head, so I'm going to say the same thing. But anyway, Jay says, Foxy Brown raps on a new song, the song's very interesting, truth be told. Foxy's been rumored to have been sleeping with Nas, AZ, and more recently Rick Ross. Who knows, but she drops a bombshell in the new song. The streets talking about the hood's going crazy. Dudes heard that I F with Ross and had the dude baby. They say I F with Nas, now they say it's AZ, but on the low, the real dude was Jay-Z. Whoa, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, what? Now look, when this...
Did y'all hear that? Press 1 if you heard them lyrics. Press 1 if you heard them lyrics right now. What? I know that. I know. Press 1 if you heard what I heard. And see, that's what I be talking about. No, for real, press 1. For real. No, I ain't lying. Press 1 if you heard what I heard. Because think about it, fam. We be hearing stuff and we be like, oh, did they used to do this or did this used to do that? But just go to the music. Just go to the, press 1 if you heard what we heard. Cause that's crazy work. Now it ain't crazy, it's just, I think what's crazy is she had enough kahunas to put it in the music. That's what's crazy. You had enough wow to be like, oh, I'm gonna put this in, we're gonna rewind this back so we all know what we all just heard. See, homie right here is breaking it down and taking you back to, see, people like Lizzo talking about, oh, y'all just heard something about the Epstein Files and everybody going crazy. Oh no, that's a lie, not here. I'm sorry. We have history of this man and these accusations. The Epstein Files didn't do nothing but confirm further that is leaning toward the truth. And as it leans toward the truth, you don't see him no more. You see how I did that? as you lean towards the truth, you just don't see them no more, fam. So that's what the problem is. So that's why Lizzo, I could never support Lizzo ever again, because you sick person talking about, oh, the media. This ain't no media. This just the media put it out. This already had been put in the Epstein Files 1,000 years ago, fam. Jay-Z, Rihanna, that's 1,000 years ago, fam. All this 1,000 years ago, fam. We just finally getting a piece of it because they finally put it out. I don't know what it took, but it finally came out. That's all we saying. We don't know, but it finally came out so we can see it. So that's why I'm like, please shut up, fam. Because at the end of the day, this stuff been out. All of this showing this and that, been out. But we finally came out so we could see it, and now we cool, right? Cool. I don't want to keep hearing all that. Makes no sense. Point I'm making is, the man been being accused about this for decades. And now we're going to act like we need to hear something fresh because we talking about Epstein Files? Lizzo. Somebody see Lizzo, need to smack Lizzo. Somebody see Lizzo, just smack her. Just on sight smack her. Because why would you say that? Somebody just walk up and just, she gonna be like, ah! Security gonna get on you. And they're gonna be like, what was you on, crazy fan? Oh no, there wasn't no crazy fan over you. That fan was letting you know you need to be slapped for what you said about Jay-Z, dummy. Talking about Epstein Files just came out with anybody name, so we just believe anything. Girl, shut up. Let's go.
I'm not even trying to say that, but like, Kanye said Jay-Z got hitters, please don't send them on my head, so I'm going to say the same thing. But anyway, Dave says, Foxy Brown raps on a new song. The song's very interesting, truth be told. Foxy's been rumored to have been sleeping with Nas, AZ, and more recently Rick Ross. Who knows, but she drops a bombshell in the new song. The streets talking about
listen to the song.
Going crazy. Dudes heard that I F with Ross and had the dude baby. They say I F with Nas. Now they say it's AZ, but on the low, the real dude was Jay-Z. Whoa, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, what? Now look, when this track came out, okay, there was a lot of talk about it, okay? There's a lot of different articles talking about it, okay? And even in this one, basically it says the biggest non-shocking shock lyrics will be Foxy saying back in the day she let Jigga Man dip in the Lil Nana. Okay, that's a crazy way of putting it. It says the line's followed by a loud shush, which confuses me a bit because I thought it was common knowledge. I think the shush might be, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got told to shush, allegedly, potentially. It's all fiction. But anyway, this is crazy, right? This is crazy, okay? This definitely is a wild rumor, all right? And basically, it was also going around, okay? There was rumors that Foxy Brown had actually spoken candidly about Jay-Z during a party. And this is craziness. Again, I'm not even going to say what's on the screen, but basically they're saying Foxy Brown denied saying that Jay-Z was a tea chaser, let's say, okay? And this basically is her denying reports. I don't want to read what it says. It says Foxy Brown's furious over reports.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen.
As a gonorrhea-infected tea chaser, and now she's threatening to sue. So look, she didn't.
Did y'all hear what I just heard? Press 1 if you heard what I just heard. Press 1 if you heard what I just heard. Press 1 if you heard what I just heard. Press 1 if you heard what I just heard. Shouldn't be hard for you, ain't nothing but your finger touching the screen. See, you can press 1, but you ain't double tap the screen and press 1. Press 1 if you heard what I just heard. Press 1 if you heard what I just heard. Don't do nothing else but press 1 if you heard what I just heard. I figured that. Emily, okay. We're going to replay it for Emily because she ain't heard it.
This definitely is a wild rumor, all right? And basically, it was also going around, okay, there was rumors that Foxy Brown had actually spoken candidly about Jay-Z during a party. And this is craziness. Again, I'm not even going to say what's on the screen, but basically they're saying Foxy Brown denied saying that Jay-Z was a tea chaser, let's say, okay? And this basically is her denying reports. I don't want to read what it says. It says, Foxy Brown's furious over reports she trashed Jay-Z, telling TMZ she never referred to him as a gonorrhea-infected tea chaser, and now she's threatening to sue. So look, she didn't say it. She says she didn't say it. It says it's BS. I'm not saying it. But hey, this is a TMZ article. And you know, they saying Jay-Z's friends with Harvey Levin. So it says, Brown's referencing reports which say Foxy recently went to a baby shower and started dishing about Jay-Z's S-life to one of the guests, saying he secretly engages in gay things, that she lost her V to him when she was 15 and he was 27. There's more. There was allegations of a robbery, STDs, but Foxy said the report is BS, telling TMZ the atrociousness of this story sickened me to my stomach, and everyone involved will be contacted by my attorney. Foxy says, in all my years in the music industry, these are the most disgusting and disrespectful allegations I've ever experienced. This fictitious story with no audio, visual, or written interview was clearly concocted with malicious intent. Jay has only been wonderful to me and my family, a great friend throughout all them years, which he is. I've known him and we had nothing but great success as a team. She continues, Beyonce is his wife. He's always been...
Oh no, Lisa. Lisa said Jay-Z is a mess, him and B. Y'all have no clue. I have y'all to figure it out. This old news. Oh no, this not old news, Lisa. I know it seemed like it's old news because we talking about Jay-Z, but it's not old news at all. This is fresh new news. And if it was new news for you, then we should have asked you that you knew about it and you should have told us. But this is not new news. This is not old at all. This is new. This new news is so extra new, Lisa. Because if this was old, then you would have known about this before 3 days ago. But you didn't. All you know is about Jay-Z and Beyonce being off the chain, just like we all do. So nothing is nothing of that. But let me explain to you what's really new for you. Because you don't really know what's really new and what's really going on right now. But you are fully aware of what we all are aware of. So nothing is old. We just finding out the new of how these people are moving at this point.
Gracious and sweet to me. I will not let any undercover hater create discord or disrespect my name or reputation. This disrespect will not be tolerated. Sometimes the biggest protests, you know what I'm saying, come from the biggest bombs of information. Anyway, all right. Nick Cannon would also question Jay-Z's former business partner Dame Dash regarding the nature of the relationship with Foxy Brown. This was a little bit of a spicy moment. Okay, this is from Cannon's class, Nick Cannon's pod. So it's getting very interesting, okay, with the guy Dame Dash. So Romans 2:1, when we pass judgment on someone else, all you do is condemn yourself, and who you judge practice the same sins. That's what the Bible say, y'all. Is it true? Let's see the clip.
Age was Foxy Brown's sign. I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
But that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown. I'm just asking a question. I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody. You the boss. Yo, don't beat around the bush. Say what you want. I'm just asking. What do you mean by that question? I'm just asking. What are you insinuating? I'm not insinuating. I'm just asking a question. I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying. It sounds like all I'm saying. It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Y'all keep asking me questions. You don't want to ask him because he ain't here. Ask him. I ain't got shit to do with that, and I don't even know nothing about that. Playing. You my man. I know not with me. You say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed. Why did you say that just now? When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay. Oh, you asked Jay. But that's the question you're trying to ask me.
Lifestyle knows when the
hit that
whole
like
house
button,
is
double
sick,
tap that screen.
your laundry is sick.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen right now.
99.9% of illness-causing bacteria detergents leave behind. Clean is good, sanitized is better.
It's the NBA on Prime.
Thursday, the Bulls face the Raptors.
You can turn your newsletter into an actual business. You just need to stop using 5 platforms to do what one was literally.
dive in that question. It's interesting, right? So, Wendy Williams, known for calling out Diddy since the 1990s, apparently has made similar inferences and allegations. Okay, so look at
This is allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right. I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Wow. Okay, now interestingly enough, but there's been a lot of debate about this situation. Okay, this is saying 1999 to 2000, Beyonce and Jay-Z first meet. Okay, this is from People magazine. This says the former Destiny's Child star previously told 17, ironic name for a publication to tell this particular piece of info too, isn't it? That's fucking hilarious. The former Destiny's Child star previously told 17 that they met when she was 18. All right, why didn't you tell 18 magazine? Which would have been between September of 1999 and August of 2000. Okay, and in 2000, 2001, she 18. That's when they start dating. The pair began dating officially when Beyonce was 19 after getting to know each other. So we were friends first for a year and a half before we went on any dates, she later told Oprah Winfrey in an own interview. We were on the phone for a year and a half, right? And that foundation is so important for a relationship. Just to have someone you just like is so important. Someone who is honest, right? As soon as she turned 18, they met. All right, this is the official story. This is an official story. We're not having anyone deny this, all right? She turned 18, they met immediately, boom. All right, and then they start talking, and then they talk for a year and a half, then they get together halfway through her being 19, all right? That's the story. That's the official, that's what happened, all right? I'm not getting sued. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And I'm not trying to hear from anybody else who...
My bad, Earthy Terra, talking about Wendy Williams' radio show when Foxy Brown was there. No, see, when I say old news, we're not talking about old news. We're talking about new news. We are refreshing those that don't know. Like people like Lizzo that says Jay-Z name only came up in the Epstein Files, so now everybody's badgering him. No. So this is new news, but what we are doing is going down memory lane so you can know why it's valid. Okay, generally, this is new news that I'm presenting, but we have to go down roads for people like Lizzo to not mislead people like you, so you would think that this is just old and nothing matters. Oh no, this is new news. All matters, okay? Yeah, I know what regurgitated mean, but I said generally is new news. New news meaning what happened today regarding the Epstein Files. Now go ahead, Earthy. New news is regarding the Epstein Files. What you saying? What you finna say? Because we regurgitating back just to cover news? No. Again, generally, these people mean nothing to me, but they only mean something to my people that's here in No Filters, that's family, so they can understand what's going on when they read the headlines, because nobody reads in between the lines but us. And when we read in between the lines, it let us further know. People like Lizzo, Earthy, people like Lizzo that said, oh, Jay-Z name came up in the files, so now everybody's badgering him. That's why we're here talking right now, Earthy. Because they're talking about type stuff like that. They're using people like Lizzo, that's an idol, that can come out and say anything and make millions of people believe whatever she wants. But we have to make things knowledgeable and make sure it makes sense. And again, this is new news. And the new news is this man's name has been in the Epstein Files and things are unraveling. But for those that don't understand, his name was before the Epstein Files. That's why we are using regurgitated situations, fam. So when we regurgitate, it's for those like Lizzo and them that think he only came up in the Epstein Files. Jay-Z did not only come up in the Epstein Files. He came up way before the Epstein Files, partner. So that's why we're talking about it. Earthy, we all care. Our tax brackets are okay. You probably need to worry about your tax bracket. Anything that you're telling us we need to do, you need to do, okay? So we appreciate you. So we just letting you know that when we see ducks like this, we have to address you. But we appreciate you and make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, fam. Don't do that. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, fam. You hear me? Earthy. Because once you start telling us to do other stuff, we know you on that bullshit. So it's all good. So we know what you're doing because you don't even have a face that's showing us who you are, like ice. So please. And that's what they do in the chat. And we appreciate them. But again, Earthy, we know who you are, the type of person you is. And if that's really you, I feel sorry for your kids or your little sisters, little brothers, or your mother. Because for anything that you don't care about, it says a lot about your family or how much you care about your family. Okay? Let's go.
Wants to offer a different perspective on their early relationship. Oh, no, whoops. Ah, no, I just pressed enter. What?
I know people in the industry, been around for a long time.
So this is, okay, an Art of Dialogue interview with Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, and he's offering a different perspective on this, okay? He's explaining that look at the title of this clip, right? I'm not saying this is facts, I'm not condoning this is absolutely true, I'm just letting you know that this is the discourse going on around this situation. And this is Gene Deal calling out
Earthy, that's how I know you ain't real, because if you really was real and was a human, then you would realize, stupid ass, this is not gossip, this is information. Because gossip is like school stuff that don't matter. See, this is stuff that matters because this affects me, you, your kids, and mine. Because when you die and I'm not here no more, they got to deal with these people. And so that's what I'm saying. You really look bad talking. Because at the end of the day, when you're gone, your people got to deal with them. And the sad part is, Earthy, you never told your people nothing to help them. And we're going to make sure that they know about these messages you sending right now. Because we know that you didn't care about things like this. This is what's going on in the world. This is the people that's controlling it. Trump, your president is involved. That's fine, but you still here, Earthy, ain't you? You still here right now. And if that was the case, you would check out. So I advise you to leave or stay so my people can get on you. Because if you stay, it lets me know you like what we talking about. Because nothing you're going to do or say is going to change our mind. She or he, you never know who this is, Chris, because they not even showing their face. They not showing their face at all. So like I said, if Earthy stayed, then we know she bored, ain't got no family, she lonely, she needs somebody to give her a hug because she wanted some attention. Right. But like I say again, at the end of the day, we know her further that we're here to bring light to darkness and make sure that we can inform what's going on. How you change something that's designed, talking on internet, playing people videos, don't bring change. And what are you doing, fam? You just here? You bored tonight? That's why you tapped in to No Filters. This is a beautiful thing, Chris. That's why we thank God they doing it. Let's go. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You ain't lying, Lisa. They so lonely. That's why they in here trying to make a difference or make a change. And they don't want to say they lonely. They just want to come in and talk. Right, that's what I said. When I'm looking at them, and they not, but I can't see you when you talking about me. Let's go.
Easy for dating a young Beyonce when he was in his 30s.
Was there when he first started dating Beyonce at 17, 18, he was 30-something. You didn't know his age. You know, I look back and see how old Jay-Z was. I think Jay-Z was born in like 69 or 67, something.
Jay-Z, no way Jay-Z was born in that. Wait a minute. No way. Oh, what? Yo, Jay-Z really born in big 1969. What the hell? Bro, he ancient. I'm old. I'm getting pretty old. I'm not gonna lie, but like, bro, he ancient.
Sound like a 67 right there? 69. I think he was born in 69. Beyonce, they say she was born in 81. You understand? But back then, in 81, when we was in the club together in 98, 99, she wasn't even supposed to be in the club, but she was in the club. It was Club Eugene's. And Jay was dating her. And at that time, if you look at Jay's age, he was about 30 years old. So, is she still somewhat a child? To me, she is. But I guess they protect child. That's how you put.
Now, hit that like button, double tap that screen. Now, make it make sense right quick. Now, Lori says B was 42, J was 56. Okay. Now, 42 and 56. Okay, 16 years older. Because 42, 52, 10 years.
Tell me you can't do nothing about it. It's legal. If the official story, as told, is that they met when she was 18 and they got together when she was 19 and a half, that's legal. Some people think that's creepy. Some people think that's weird. If it's legal, it's legal. I do feel like sometimes people want to take something legal and kind of like shine it up to be something illegal, to pop someone down that they don't like. I don't think that's fair. If it's illegal, it's wrong. If it's legal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they hating Chris.
A lot of people have debated it, but right now, in these comments, people are defending Jay. So I just want to make that very clear, okay? Just want to make that clear. That's what's going down. Okay, that's what's going down. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. I don't know why I'm so jittery on the screen, but it is what it is. You can still hear what I'm saying. So, okay, additional allegations would surface from an industry insider basically suggesting that Jay-Z might have maybe manipulated things, put together certain circumstances to try and get with Beyonce. And look, all right, Beyonce definitely the prize. Beyonce definitely the prize, okay? This is just an allegation. I don't want to get in trouble. I really don't want to get in trouble with this, okay? I don't want to get in trouble, okay? Look, again, I'm not condoning, I'm not saying this is absolute facts, okay? We're just looking at some of the discourse around this, right?
Tracy, they trying to hate on me, Tracy!
On Twitter, okay, that basically is digging into this debate, right? This seems people are having the debate on when Beyonce met Jay-Z and started dating him. Thread of timeline. Beyonce met Jay-Z in 1997 when she was 16 years old and he was 28 years old. Now look, I'm not seeing IDs in this picture, but that's what they're saying. That's what they're claiming, okay? It says, basically, look, there's claims, right? It says Beyonce was easily manipulated as a teen. All she knew was school, music, rehearsal, and media training. It says Beyonce was a gullible country bumpkin. It's not hard to see how easily manipulated a teenage Beyonce was by a 30-year-old Jay-Z. Said Jay's own man said Jay never had an adult relationship and Jay liked teens. He knows Jay's been around B. He said Jay manipulated the situation of them being on a plane together, so Jay would end up sitting next to the Beyonce to continue spitting game, and Beyonce broke up with her boyfriend at 18, 19, and Jay moved in. Now look, let's just hit it.
Jay-Z was able to move in because she was heartbroken. And Jay came in like the snake. What's happening? Why you over here crying? Jay had to manipulate. See, people, they hear this thing, it just happened to be we was on the same plane at the same time. No, it wasn't. Jay knew she was going to be on the plane and had it arranged that he was going to be on the same plane. Don't let Jay fool you. Jay's a snake. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all still don't understand it yet. After all these years, y'all ain't figured this out. Y'all done seen all the activities of this dude being a snake and then still don't want to believe he's a snake. 17, no, that's Jay's age there.
Lord.
If it ain't a teen in there, you don't get his attention. Rihanna was a teen. All of them was teens. Rosario Dawson, teen. Aaliyah, teen. Man, it's a bunch of teeners.
Now, look, this is just some guy on Twitter with a 240p camera yelling into the mic, okay? But what he's saying is very interesting, let's be real, okay? This is him, right? Can we really trust this account? Can we really trust his account? He posting a lot, all right? He posting a lot. He's definitely not feeling Jay-Z, all right? Says, I remember when Jay-Z's name used to, this is Keep Six Solid. When Jay-Z's name used to come up talking about the greats like Pac and Biggie, now it comes up when we talk about Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, Oprah, the Clintons, Trump, and many more. It is crazy, okay? But moving on to the next detail, all right? According to Dame Dash, he would claim that both he and Jay-Z were fighting over Aaliyah, but at the time, to be fair, she was 21 years old.
No, I've known Puff for 30 years. I haven't been to any one of his parties, especially on the LA side, you know, not even in probably 20 years. So that was the 4th of July, and that's when he was with Jennifer Lopez. He had a barbecue. You know, we were all staying in one house, me, Aaliyah, Jay, a couple of friends. That night, no one knew who Aaliyah was with, and that's how we wanted it. You know, because at the time, her and I, you know, we hadn't like actually gone there like that yet, and you know, me and homeboy was both trying, so no one knew who was messing with who. And you know, that night we left early. I left with Aaliyah, and that's the night that the magic happened with Aaliyah and I. So that was a magical night for me. You know,
So Aaliyah was of age at the time, right? But let's not forget, okay, this was basically, you know, a few years after we basically found out that R. Kelly had illegally married Aaliyah when she was underage, right? And this is something Ben Dash touched on as well. I mean, if you've seen Surviving R. Kelly, you'll know all about that.
So, no, it's not a conspiracy. So what I heard is she's coming up in the whole the challenge where she used to be married to R. Kelly.
15, she was married.
15 years old, right?
And then married 15 to a grown ass man.
I know, but
so why would you still listen to him knowing that they said you married a 15-year-old? That was the issue. That you knew it was illegal to be married to a 15-year-old, and the dude could actually put out a fucking album that says age ain't nothing but a number. Right. And y'all gonna listen to it and not say a word. That's what people should be doing.
I'm with you. I agree. So
what's the conspiracy?
So then it's not even.
So obviously this marriage, you know, there was talks that R. Kelly had falsified the ID or the wedding certificate or anything like that. But basically, okay, it seems like everyone.
Okay, now think about it. Hit that like button right now. Double tap the screen. Hit the subscribe button. And share this with the world. The share button. I don't necessarily be pressing about share because I know if you know something real, you share it with somebody. If you like something good, you tell somebody about it. If somebody blessed you today and was a blessing to you, there's a testimony that you tell them. I haven't pressed to you all about sharing this, but I just feel like automatically that you're going to share this because of those things I just said. That is a natural base. The Lord woke you up this morning. You're going to tell somebody about it. Started you on your way. It was a blessing. Somebody was a blessing for you. You heard me, fam? You're going to tell somebody. So I urge you to share this with the world. Share this video. Share this. Let me tell you about, you think everybody knows. They don't. No Filters is a family. If my family don't know, they don't know. They can see certain things, might hear things, but they don't really know until they come into the house. So I urge you to become a member today. I urge you to subscribe today. I urge you to hit the like button so this video can be shared with the world. I think the biggest thing that Dame Dash just said was R. Kelly married a 15-year-old or 16, Aaliyah, underage, and her mother and them let him do it. And then he put out a song called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, ain't nothing but a friend. Now, think about it. Nobody thought about it. Nobody cared about it. Nobody knew about it. Nobody understood. But now we at 2026. And we just now really understanding what's real. Hit that Cash App. Hit that Super Chat. Hit that raffle, fam. Hit that support. It's a real thing. This goes further than you and me. Why? Because we all in this together. That man put that out and nobody thought about it. So that further let me know that they had to bring awareness to the world. You see how much of the world has to know what's going on? You see how many creators of YouTube today. You see how much information that just keeps coming through the engine. it just keeps coming, keep coming, keep coming, just making a mess everywhere. Just keep coming. This is the only way that we would know about R. Kelly and Aaliyah at the young age, and Dame Dash on there saying, what we don't understand is, how was he able to marry her, and then how was he able to put that song out, and then how was the world able to hear it, and nobody did nothing about it. Funny part is, millionaires, gajillionaires, billionaires, gazillionaires are in a lane of their own. So it took 2026, the people of today, the people of YouTube, the creators of today, all creators, to bring this thing to the light because it's put out there. And now this is how people are brought to justice, or this is how people are put on trial. Because it's countless days of tireless hours of secret exposure that's being done. Things that happened back. Diddy, think about Diddy. We talking about Jay-Z and Aaliyah. We talking about R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Jay-Z and Beyonce. We talking about Diddy and all of these. Come on, man. All of this was happening and nobody knew it because nobody cared. Nobody was fresh off knowing. This was days of newness. This was the new system. This was the new thing going on nobody knew of. So you can't expect people to be like, that's why I hate people talking today. And this really drives my nerves and really get on my nerves, fam. Because people of today press about why they coming out with it now. Why they saying something now. Why they doing something about it now. Why this, why now. Shut up, stupid ass. It's happening now because technology. YouTube wasn't here then. Creators wasn't here then. Technology wasn't popping then. It only took now to show what was going on back then. We would have never known what was going on back then. Who would have known what happened to Pop back then? But the fact that now all of a sudden Keefe D that's locked up is talking about what happened back then. You know how much that means to us about Pop, Biggie, knowing who was involved with those unalivings of those guys? We would have never known about that back then. You know how many people was involved? You know how many years had to go by just for those things to be careless to someone that cared back then? Think about it. A young 30 or 40-year-old person back then cared about it. And now they probably 40, they probably 50, 60, 70 now. They don't care. They on their deathbed, fam. So these people are literally telling their whole life. They telling it all. They don't care. So please stop asking why people want to say something now. Or everybody deserve a trial. You right. Diddy got his trial. And you see what happened at Diddy trial. Everybody painted the picture of who he was and who he shown himself to be in the time that he was in each and every one of those individual lives. So when I say please hang it up, fam, get off the ignorance. Get off having to know that when you see a duck and you know they quacking, call it a duck. Don't be on her acting like, oh, everybody deserve a trial and this ain't true and Lizzo is wrong and Lizzo need to be told that. I pray somebody or me can get across Lizzo page to where Lizzo, she needs to be told that you're wrong. Jay-Z has already faced these allegations. These allegations continue to be in his closet. And yet now he has in allegations to be a part of people that can do the same thing that he has been accused of doing as a PDF. Now, The white people over here accused of the same thing. And you a black rapper. Let's make sure we understand what's real. Jay-Z is a black rapper. These are white entrepreneurs, moguls, and a lot going on over here. You telling me this black rapper had all this power with these people, and we acting like he didn't do this or didn't do that? Jeffrey Epstein is showing you in pictures, recordings, and everything of what he stood for and what he liked. He even got a letter that states, he even wrote the guy that was locked up for the gymnastics of touching those girls, Simon Biles, and them other girls. Epstein wrote a letter to that gymnastic teacher talking about Trump liking young women like they do. So please stop talking about all of this. We got more than enough evidence. We got more than enough life. We got more than enough to know it's a duck. That if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, damn it, it's a duck. And we will not say back to act like we don't know that. Let's go.
I got game.
$15-year-old, and the dude could actually put out a fucking album that says AJ nothing but a drum. And y'all gonna listen to it and not say a word. That's what people should be doing.
I'm with you. I agree. So
what's the conspiracy?
So then it's not even. So obviously this marriage, you know, there was talks that R. Kelly had falsified the ID or the wedding certificate or anything like that. But basically, okay, it seems like everybody was fighting over Aaliyah, whether she was a minor, whether she was an adult. It sounds like Dame Dash and Jay-Z were having a little love triangle going on with Aaliyah when she was like 21. But according to Dame Dash, Jay-Z chose to collaborate with R. Kelly despite knowing about Aaliyah's abuse history and despite the fact that it was an open secret in the industry. So it seems, at least from the fact that Jay-Z doing 2 albums with R. Kelly, the behavior that R. Kelly was putting on, that everybody knew about, was an open secret and pretty much accepted.
Right. Did Jay know about what he did to Aaliyah?
Did he know that everybody knew R. Kelly Aaliyah at 15? Everybody knew that. So was the conversation had, like, yo, how you gonna go and do something with this dude? Hell yeah, that conversation was had. Hey, you think I'm soft? Pause, like I'm pumped? So that didn't happen. I was like, yo, how you gonna do a project with my motherfucking girl? We had the conversation. Well, would you still, with someone that was your girl, would you still do anything with that person? So why would anyone expect me to? But that's what I don't understand. I'd be like, yo, people be like, wow, just that alone. There's a lot of other shit. But that alone was like the nail in the coffin for me. I was out of there. I was gone. Trust me. After that, I didn't want to be nowhere near. I knew that shit was gonna blow up. I didn't want no parts of that shit. Like I was like, I don't want no parts. That's not good money. So I was done with him for that.
How did Jay respond, either?
That's how you know that ain't the truth. The fact he pressing it, stressing it, depressing it, flexing it, making sure it get out there that he ain't want nothing to do with that, knowing what was up. How you gonna do this with this? No, listen. If he gotta explain it, that means he did that. Because the real one would have said, oh man, I heard about that. And I was like, nah, we ain't doing that. You out your damn mind. Next question. But this man is sitting there like, oh man, how you gonna this and this? If you was that person, would you have did it? How y'all expect me to do it? Cause I'm this guy. I mean, he's breaking down so much stupidity, lets me further know that he was involved with that type of activity. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You see the No Filters Cash App. You see the Super Chat. $2, $3, $4, $5. It don't matter. It all matters. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking.
Tell him about it.
You know how he is. It's like, yo, I gotta do with that.
Damn.
So look, all right, I don't want to say, look, okay, you got to make your own minds up, okay? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm not going to say anything else, okay? I'm just letting you know these are the conversations that are being had. This shit is...
That boy's scared about something he knew about, acting like he knew about it. Crazy.
When you make complexities your specialties and keep compassion at your core.
Z and Pusha T. Before we get this video started, if you're in need of some money and you really need to find a way to get your hands on some quick cash, the tip line was for anybody with any type of information on Epstein, his co-conspirators, if you were a young woman who was there, because the Epstein network was so vast that when FBI arrested Epstein, for the most part, they thought they didn't even uncover 1% of the iceberg. So this tip line was opened up. Now, this tip line had a lot of accusations coming through. Unfortunately for Jay-Z and Pusha T, they both had allegations about themselves come through the tip line. In the case of Jay-Z, he's beyond cooked in the eyes of public perception because the victim came forward July 10th, 2019, 8:20.
You know what's crazy? Shout out to Pancho Ramirez. Let me say it again. Shout out to Pancho Ramirez. Let me tell you why I'm going to read your comment, because this is another one of those things when I say that 50 Cent and Diddy and all of them was working together, you would be shocked out your mind. Then you would feel played, as if they played with your life. But Pancho says, either way, bro, Beyonce and Jay-Z have been missing in action for a while, and everyone knows the real Beyonce never made it out. So are we really arguing about what happened? Are we really going back and forth with this goofiness? When we talking about robots and trolls, the real Beyonce ain't real, Chris Brown, all these people we could just name who ain't real. And we sitting here talking about the games that's being played with our lives. Again, this goes back to the game being played. And it's funny because you're not tripping off a clone unless you knew what a clone really was cloned or looked like for real. And you would only be okay with it because you've seen it in the movie. But the point I'm making is, even the guy that was an actor, and this is a big point being made, that was an actor, heavyset guy, Black Sheep, he played as a black, I forgot what he played in. It's a lot of movies he played in. But he spoke about how they were going to do a part 2 and 3 to a very iconic movie. And they told him that if he don't do it, he will be cloned. And it will be done anyway. And he felt bad. I think that's Nick, is that Nick Farley? Shout out to Stan Will. Shout out to Stan Will, 1751 in the building. Chris Farley. See, that's how I know y'all family here, because I know I ain't tripping. I know what I read, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate. Hit that like button, family. Hold on. Stan Will, hit that like button. Subscribe, man. You a family member, man. You heard me? OG. No more sushi. OG, no more sushi. Hit that like button, subscribe, you family. Chris Noah's Jack Black. That's what I'm talking about. That man told the world that they was doing a movie. One of the movies he was in, an iconic movie. And he explained how they said, hey, we'll clone your ass if you don't do this role. And he felt so messed up by it, I believe, that he didn't want the robotic or the emptiness of a clone to do a role that he felt could only be done by him because of the naturalness. So the last role you just seen Jack Black in, Chris Farley, Nick Farley, what you just seen him in was Minecraft. That's the last movie I just seen him in, Minecraft. And even in Minecraft, I thought it was Minecraft that he was referring to when he said, if they don't let him do what he wants, it ain't gonna be done. You understand? But the point we making is that as we talk about Jay-Z, as we talk about Nicki Minaj, as we discuss the Epstein Files that continues to unfold, I want you to take from this family that There is nothing that they won't do to make sure the script is believable. If you don't take nothing else from tonight, I want you to know that there's nothing they won't do to make sure the script is believable. And to make sure whatever you believe is unbelievable. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. And all we can do is make sure that we keep it no filters. As always, fam, you know what the level is and what it's doing. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. with your boy Dilla T and my fam here at No Filters. It's only one way to do it and one way to do it only. That's right here at 9 p.m. making sure that you tune in. Hitting that like button, hitting that share button, hitting that subscribe button, becoming a member. And making sure that the world know that we're sharing this with the world. As always, family, I truly appreciate you and yours tuning in on your TV, on your phone, on your tablet, on your screen, making sure that your time is valuable. And I appreciate you and yours, family, making sure that y'all took time, love, and peace, making sure that y'all tune in to a real one, making sure that we understand that we here to inform, understand, and be aware. That if it walk like a duck, quack like one, we know it's a duck, and we here to duck hunt season. As always, fam, I truly appreciate you reading the headlines with me, reading in between the lines, that we bring light to darkness and make sure that we want to understand that we all are involved and we all family at the end of the day, my G's. You feel me? As always, I truly appreciate you and yours coming in, supporting, bam, the raffles. $2 on the t-shirt, $5 on the hoodie. One woman, one man will win a No Filters Classic Raffles, hosted by your boy Dilla T, signed by your boy Dilla T, sponsored by Nene Love, Savvy TV in the building. As always, making sure family in here. As always, fam, I truly appreciate you. I truly love you, and I truly got great, and I got love for you. And I always, don't forget, man, when you come in, make sure you get you something to eat. Make sure you get you something to drink. Make sure you get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. And never forget, you in here with your boy Dilla T and my fam. And this is No Filters. Good night, family.